My dad and I are trying to win the Serie A before each other. However, we are leaving all the ins and outs of our transfers to our director of football, outside of one spin of the transfer wheel at the end of each season. Now, recently, in season 7 and 8, we were gutted to lose Joel Carvalho after our director of football sold him to Atletico Madrid for 26 million.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
And while Dad's director of football wasn't finding gems like Carvalho for Sampdoria, he was also not selling his best players either. However, it sort of evened itself out as we finished the 8th season in 10th and 11th position. The wheel was harsh on Dad, but allowed me to make another bid for whoever I wanted to, and I took a risk on a player who is way more expensive than my budget, but through installments, I can get a deal accepted by St. Pauli. And the risk paid off as I signed Chris Bergeron, an 18-year-old American striker, to come play for me at Barry next season. Dad had to rely solely on his director of football this summer, and he was overjoyed when he signed a French left winger, Voilemon, from Nantes for a total of 27 million. Another summer though where a couple of my first team players are allowed to leave, accumulating over £10 million. But with the season underway, I'm just hoping that Bergeron and Muniz can develop a nice little partnership up front, in which my dad has a very similar feeling with his new £20 million man from the wings providing the goods for Nasty and Meerdink. Right, Dad, after another weird transfer window,
Yes.
I sold F.A. Lucky. This is a centre defensive midfielder, and not really replaced him, because that doesn't seem logical to do. Why would you do that? Now, the player that I brought in, I am really happy with. We've got Chris Bergeron. Obviously, I had a player of my choice. We did it a lot in installments, but for the price that we actually paid, I think he's fantastic. Only 19 years of age. He's American, but come through the St. Pauli Youth Academy. £6.25 million in total. That's a bargain.
Yep.
Mentally, he's fantastic. Technically, he's really good. Need to work on his pace acceleration, but other than that, left-footed, comes deep to get balls. He's more of like a playmaking striker because he's got 14 for passing and vision. I think he could be absolutely superb, and his value's already gone up to 43 to 61 million. So expect to see me selling for 20 million next year.
I just about to say that.
But Chris has joined the club. Now, the rest of the signings, as I mentioned, wasn't amazing. The best one, I think, is Ioannidis, who is another decent striker. 31 years of age, though. He's got 14 natural fitness, so he won't decline stupidly fast, but won't exactly be there for the long run. But he is an okay striker. He got 49 goals at PAOK while he was there, and he got 14 last season. Hasn't got any for me this season just yet. Luis Gomez for just less than £1 million as a centre-back option. Then we've got Samuel and Monaco, who is a new-gen right midfielder, probably won't play. And Joaquin is the last one from Arsenal. Again, all right player, but nothing special, really. So, tactically, we're setting up in a 4-3-1-2. Bergeron is being locked into that left side of striker. So, if we went best 11, he does actually stay there. But up front with Rodrigo Muniz, Masek in behind Wagner and Ariel and Som. Gomez actually goes in, surprisingly. So, yeah, I don't know about this season. I'm kind of hoping Bergeron can carry us. But if we're looking at your transfer window, you've got one who's on loan but will join permanently.
Yeah.
And James Flanagan.
That's not too bad. That's for a 23-year-old, I'm quite happy with this one, really. Left back, so yeah, looks a good one.
Yeah. But then he spent all of the money on one player. Bloody good player, though.
Oh, I've got to take my hat after him this time. He's gone to Nantes and he's found this guy for me, a good winger.
Yeah.
23 again. He can use both feet as well, so he can cut in if he wants to. But he certainly knows how to cross the ball and dribble the ball, but he knows where the back of the net is as well. He can finish as well, so he could be dangerous.
He could be very good.
So I'm hoping that he doesn't do what your director of football does and sells the best player, and I hope he keeps him for a few seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good player, 6'2" as well, so a bit of a physical player as well from that left-hand side. Can play up front should you really need him to, but yeah, from the left he's excellent. Travato was another player that they signed. Again, probably never going to see him. Adam Gabriel on a free transfer is not a bad right-back option. It's good physicals.
It's not bad, but they're just doing the mistake of signing the old players. You know, we're in it for the long haul, and they're signing 30-year-olds for us, aren't they?
He's not
What's going on?
Stop the cap.
Thomas Vicic, 64, centre-back, another Czech 30-year-old.
Yeah.
Then we got Radilovic on a free transfer who plays on both wings. This guy's all right.
He's all right, but you just spent 27 million on a left winger, so he's going to have to go to the right wing, isn't he? So,
Yeah.
I mean, he'd do a good job over there, but he's permanently left foot, so he's going to be cutting in all the time, isn't it? So
Yeah. And then obviously the James Flanagan deal. Going out, you had like the likes of Joachim Andersen, who's gone on a free transfer. So Nubel is also left the club, the goalkeeper. So There's been a few players who have left, but only 600k was brought in. And tactically, you've gone for this 4-1-3-2 formation. So on the left-hand side, Voilemin.
yep, you got him.
Has gone on the left-hand side there. Poplic is still on the right, but obviously you just signed the other guy who can play there.
Play there, yeah.
Nasty and Meerdink still up front, though.
Yeah, Nasty's still doing the job for me up there, so I'm not going to change him. Yeah, so going forward, we're not too bad. So just hopefully the defence will be a little bit better this season.
Yeah, schedule at the start of the season, you've actually done quite well, actually. So 5-3 against Roma, 1-0 against Atalanta.
2 good results there, really.
And then rescued a draw.
Yeah, you got to take that now and again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm happy with the start that I've had.
Okay, well, let's see, because I haven't had too great of a start in comparison, but it still hasn't been bad. We lost to Hellas Verona in the Cup, which is disappointing. Out on the first round of Coppa Italia. We then got absolutely battered by Cagliari. Then we played Udinese. We got 3-1 win there with Rodrigo Muniz scoring a hat-trick and only a 1-0 against Torino. So this is really hard to tell whether it's going to be a good season for me or not.
You've got 3 odd games coming up next as well, really.
Exactly, yeah. This is where it all goes downhill.
Yeah.
Season preview still puts me down in 15th. The bottom half puts you in 9th. So that's not too bad. There's a lot of Inter Milan players in there, and there's one guy up front who looks unbelievable.
Whoa.
Yeah, so...
What's my 23-year-old look like that?
Yeah, exactly. So, let's see then. This season, after not a bad season last year, but nothing special happened, 2 great signings has been made. What is their impact going to be? Chris Bergeron shone in his first 6 months at the club. His intelligence to drop deep when needed was absolutely crucial in our build-up play. And when he couldn't play, we really missed him. Like against Dad, where, let's be fair, this was a goalkeeping howler, but at least we managed to pull off an equaliser to take home a point. There was only 4 points between us going into January, and Dad was sat in 5th place after a great start. And while Voilemin was still contributing well, it was Dad's right midfielder who was shining in the new year, as Cyprian Popovic was scoring some really crucial goals and picking up a lot of points for Sampdoria. However, in the returning fixture against my Barry side, Chris Bergeron was back, and he scored the only goal of the game. He even missed a penalty to score a second, but at least that didn't matter, although Dad is still above me in the table and currently sat in 4th spot, which is exactly where Dad's Sampdoria side finish up after a fantastic season in the Serie A. Right, well, that was a great season.
Wow.
For both of us.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Those 2 good signings done the world of good for us, really.
Yeah. I mean, 4th place for you, Dad. You've got Champions League football next season. Things are looking up.
Yes.
Very good.
I mean, Inter Milan going unbeaten. That's
I'm not
110
surprised.
points. They just walked the league, didn't they?
With that striker scoring 23 goals, but then also the one underneath scoring 20, who isn't too bad either from centre midfield. I mean, that's absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But fair play.
76 points. I'm going to take that every day of the week.
Yeah. We've got Chris Bergeron there with the most man of the matches. I am buzzing with that. And look how bloody good he is now.
Does look good, doesn't he?
Absolutely fantastic player. So, yeah, I finished in 6th place. Very happy with that, with 60 points in total. Obviously, you only lost 6 games all season, Dad. Which is second best, if you look at it, really.
Yeah.
So, not bad at all. I did beat you in one.
I've got to look at that. I mean, I've lost.
You lost Inter twice.
Inter twice, and the other Milan and Juventus. So, they're 3 good sides I've lost to.
Yeah.
So, I've got to take that. I'm really pleased with that. Good season.
I lost way more, but I did draw less, so that's the reason why I'm not too far down the table, which isn't so bad. Obviously, I was at the competition in the Coppa Italia very early on. Dad only in the 2nd round, so cup-wise, not fantastic.
Yeah.
If we're looking at how they perform, though, Max Meerdink got 19, Nasty got 18, the new guy, Voilemin, got 12 goals and 13 assists.
Yeah.
He was excellent.
Good
and
first
he's developing
season.
quite well.
Good first season, yeah. Pleased with that.
Yeah, really good. So, transfer budget. You got £42 million to spend in the in the summer window.
Yep, hope I can spend it.
Yeah, you've also brought in a couple of players already. Now, James Flanagan's also joining on a permanent, 4.4 million. Kyle Samuel is leaving the club, so he's going out. But Ben Doak is coming in. He's only 26. He looks very good for a free transfer.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
So that's a good sign for Sampdoria for next season. Let's see on my side of things then. We have got no players was out, but I did sign somebody during the January window, of course. Ordinos, who was another Ecuadorian centre-back this time round. Nothing special, though. Now, squad-wise, we've got 13 goals from Bergeron, who was the top scorer. And as you can see, he is now easily my best player. He's phenomenal talent. But Rodrigo Muniz got 12 goals across the whole season. And remember, 3 of them was in one game. So only 9 goals outside of that. Doesn't seem too great after that. Ioannidis only got 7 with 4 assists, but he didn't play that many. So we are struggling for goals, it seems, going into this summer. £12 million. Europa League and £12 million. Will he do anything, or will we have to rely on the wheel? Let's spin the wheel. All right, Dad, a spin of the wheel. You're first this time round.
Yep.
So let's see which one you get. Is it going to be green again?
No.
It is. It's Director of Football. For 2 seasons in a row, you haven't been able to sign anyone.
I'm not going to say too much too early because he bought a really good player last season, so he could do it again.
He might. But the chances are he
won't.
Probably won't. All right, with a spin of the wheel then. Let's see which one I get for this upcoming season. Add to the transfer target. Take it.
Yeah.
God. Before I even looked for a target, I decided to try and make some money, and Ricardo Muniz could be my sacrificial lamb. Although nobody bit on him, and I did manage to sell 2 players, allowing me to build up enough of a budget to go for the player my scouts found that I really wanted to bring to Barry. Defensive midfielder from Ukraine called Lysenko, and I added him to my transfer targets. And this was going to be the first task of the new Director of Football Sam Ellis, after recruiting him earlier in the summer in replacement for my former Director of Football. A task that he lived up to, and it wasn't long before he was putting in a transfer bid for Lysenko. And it was a pass with flying colours, as Lysenko signs for Barry for £16 million and instantly excites our midfield. Sam Ellis' first signing of the window, hilariously though, wasn't Lysenko. It was in fact Andre Carvalho, who he signed from Dad. He wasn't the only one of Dad's players to be sold, however, as Delabasic moved to Forest, while Dad's best midfielder, Palelio, was picked up by Liverpool for a whopping £16 million plus add-ons. That being said, Dad's Director of Football did spend the money. It was just on defenders such as Ed Turns and a striker like Danny Namaso, who did start quite well. And speaking of starting well, Chris Bergeron scored in all of 4 of the opening fixtures of the season for me. Right, so some bad transfers happened for you at the end of that transfer window, Dad. You didn't have time to react.
No.
I did. I saved my transfer until the middle of July. And then I seen Altai come in for Simon Som, who was my centre defensive midfielder. And I thought, right, well, that's obviously where I've got to strengthen my side. So Yaroslav Lysenko came in soon after, the Ukrainian centre defensive midfielder. And he is absolutely mustard, I think.
Yep.
Only 21, going for £16 million.
Good signing.
I'm really happy with it. A couple of other transfers that they did make. Andre Carvalho, we signed from you. Thank you for that.
You don't know the rules. We don't
know
buy
the
from
rules.
each other.
We don't, no. Then we've got Alejandro Ramirez for £7 million from Elche. Probably £7 million wasted, if I'm honest. Although he does play naturally in 3 positions, probably won't be a signing that I would have spent £7 million on. Ethan Ampadu on a free transfer has joined the club. That's not a bad signing, though.
He's not a bad player.
Yeah, that's all right. Plays naturally in defensive mid or centre-back. And then we finally got Remy Erb, who is on loan to buy. Very much like what your signing was last year from Chelsea. Again, this is a centre-back who, he's all right. Nothing special, really. So tactically, going into, of course, the Europa League next season, we are sticking with the same formation. We've now got Lysenko and Bergeron. For 2 seasons in a row, I've been able to sign somebody who has really helped our lineup. So I'm hoping for big things this year. Lysenko coming in as our new player this year. I think if it wasn't for Simon Som going, I would have gone for defender. I don't think my defenders are very good, but I think having that 3 in midfield was more important for me this season. And we started really well from it. 3-1 against Hellas Verona. Cagliari 3-0. Frosinone 2-1 with a nice 92nd minute winner from Chris Bergeron. He also scored against Salernitana in a 2-2 draw. As we mentioned, Europa League football. We've got some tough fixtures, of course, but some games that I think we might be able to qualify from.
Yeah, you think you'd be right there.
Yeah, I think so. Monaco's going to be tricky. Maybe Shakhtar, we just took their player. We should be all right. As you said, Dad, speaking of defensive midfielders, you didn't have time to react. Pelio, well, you didn't have a chance to react because you couldn't sign anyone.
No.
But you're the director of football, who was former
what's he doing?
Liverpool director of football.
Yeah.
And that's funny, isn't it?
Something's going on here, isn't it? A little backhander there, I think.
Exactly. Sold Ricardo Pelelio to Liverpool. A lot of
Look at
money
the
as
value
well.
now, 121 million. So he's just doubled by going to Liverpool.
Yeah.
How do you work that out?
£60 million he was sold for. Delabasic also went to the Premier League with Nottingham Forest. So he's gone for 14 million.
That's 2 of my best players gone.
Yeah.
And what's his time for it?
Ben Doak, which isn't bad. I mean, Aaron Maguire, free transfer goalkeeper. Not
I thought you
amazing.
said Harry Maguire then. I thought, no.
Danny Damaso from Porto. He's not
that's
bad.
not a bad signing, but when you think my best player is my left winger, so he's not going to play left wing.
No, he'll play there or up front.
Yeah, so... Yeah.
Then we got Jan Ballard, who is a PSG Youth Academy guy.
He's not bad for 20.
He's all right.
Yeah,
it's
he knows where the net.
physical,
Yeah,
so
he build on that, but he knows where the net is. So hopefully he'll be all right for me.
Natural fitness of 9 as well.
Yeah, that's a bit bad, isn't it?
Pascal Struijk, £16 million, a lot of money for a 33-year-old defender.
Yeah, here we go again into the 30s, isn't it? So I'm not going to say nothing. I'm getting crucified for 10. Everything over 30 is old. So I'm going to go to 35. He's a youngster at 33.
And then Ed Turns from Napoli.
Oh, this guy's not going to turn anybody's head, really. I don't think so.
I think he's better than Pascal Struijk.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
can't jump. But
he probably is, but and he's two-footed, so I can play him left centre or right centre. So that's not too bad, I don't think so.
He's played for Napoli. He's played for Fiorentina. So he's been playing in the league already. He's all right.
Not too bad. I'll give him a 5 out of 10 for that signing.
All right. Well,
he is. I mean, last season he signed with a really good winger, so I ain't going to grumble too much.
Well, tactically this season, Dad, you're sticking with what you got into the Champions League with.
Yes.
If you pick the best 11, Del Prato actually slots into that role which you just sold the defensive midfielder from. Not a great. That's not ideal.
No, not really. No.
But yeah, none of the new players are making a massive impact to your team outside of Pascal Struijk, who goes in in the defence. Outside of that, nobody. Everybody else is just on the bench.
Everything's just stayed the same, really, going forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Top 5 are all the same. So yeah, not a great transfer window, I don't think.
Schedule then to start the season. You lost 2 games already. 1 to Fiorentina, 1 to Atalanta. 2-1 and 2-0. But you did beat Parma 3-0. Ben Doak and Namaso, who weren't even in that team, both scoring there.
Yeah.
Max Meerdink got 4 goals against Lecce.
That's good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for morale as well. But got a few more games coming up again then after that.
Well, you've also got Champions League
fixtures.
So, the first one to reach Champions League. Malmo is the first fixture. Then it's Benfica away. Real Madrid at home. Ending with an away trip to Manchester City and a home tie against Juve.
Yeah. Not too easy, really. So the Rangers game, I mean, going on past experience at the moment, easy game for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to qualify.
I think there's 5 games there that you could win.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll scrape. I could scrape in, I would say then.
Yeah.
It's right on the borderline, I think I'll be.
Okay then, well, let's see. We got European football to contend with, which will only help our finances, and which, of course, will help our director of football have some money to spend in the summer next year. In a very entertaining game featuring 4 goals, both our sides came flying out of the gates when we played each other for the first time this season, and the score was 1-1 in just the 2nd minute of the match. But that Sampdoria side soon took control after Nasty's penalty, and after pushing for an equaliser, his new signing secured the win with a 3rd in the second half. The Europa League phase was a fun time until the final fixture for me when Shakhtar scored in the 96th minute to beat us and ultimately knocking us into into 9th place to miss out on auto-qualifying for the round of 16. Surprisingly, Dad and his Sampdoria side was excellent in the Champions League phase and managed to do what we couldn't, qualify in the top 8 after only losing 2 games and winning 6, scoring a lot of goals along the way, including defeating Real Madrid at home 3-0. And the quality was shining through in the league as well, as they were currently fighting Fiorentina for a 3rd place finish going into February. With 2 wins over Portuguese sides, Braga and Porto, I found myself as well as Dad in the quarterfinals of European competition with German opposition, which is as far as Dad got, as unfortunately German champions Bayern Munich was too strong for him to overcome. And unfortunately for me, in the January window, defender Lewis Binks left the club to go to Aston Villa, which meant that we have a weaker defence, and the fact that Bergeron, who was developing into a monster of a player, missed the second leg against Leipzig. And we couldn't hold on to our 1-goal lead from the first leg and lost 2-0 to also be eliminated at the same stage. And so our main aim is to get into Europe next season, which was going to be hard, especially when Dad's 3rd place side Sampdoria came to visit us on the final day of the season. So needing a win to have a small hope of finishing back in the Europa League spots, we were our own worst enemy, conceding in just the 3rd minute and never really got ourselves going, as Dad's side controlled the game so well and destroyed us, being so clinical, winning the game 4-1. Well, that's back-to-back 2 good seasons.
I'm really pleased with that. Yeah, definitely. Well, look at, especially with Milan below me and just above you by 3 points. Really pleased with that season for me.
4th place, another Champions League spot for next year, which isn't bad at all. 75 points, very good. I got 63 with my Barry side. Fotis Ioannidis got 19 goals, which isn't too bad at all for him. So that's good. I expected Bergeron to be up there. I mean, how long is he going to stay now? He's wanted, he's unhappy.
What's it then, isn't it?
And he's got a £66 million release clause in there. So, yeah, this doesn't look great for us, unfortunately, which expires next year. So this summer and the January window, and then it's expired. But we all know we can't turn them down anyway, because it's all up to the director of football. So how long will he stay? That's the big question, unfortunately. So not a bad season for us.
My season was totally different, as in games lost and games drawn. Mine's totally the opposite way around.
Last year. But competitions, you got to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, only to be knocked out by Bayern Munich 4-1.
I'm going to take that. When you look at the teams that's there, I'm going to take that.
The fact that you didn't even think you were going to be progressing.
That's right,
Knocked out Leverkusen there, nice. It was 6-2, the knockout playoff round. You avoided because of your league phase getting to 4th place. 6 wins in total, beating Real Madrid 3-0 at home.
Get in.
So,
what a result that is.
5-1 as well, some big wins in there. Only losing to Man City and Benfica. A solid Champions League campaign.
Yeah, very good.
Very good indeed.
That's big surprise.
Yeah. You also got to the semi-final of the Coppa Italia, obviously, only being eliminated by Milan.
I'm disappointed that we're thinking AC finished below me in the league. I'm disappointed with that, really. So
2 great ties, both 5-4s. Inter go on to win the domestic double. Surprise with their players. And, of course, the quarter-final exit for me in the Europa League. Fortunately, Leipzig was the team. Round of 16, I was knocking out Porto, though, in a 6-5 epic. Leipzig actually went on to win it. I actually played in the playoff because knocked out Braga in that playoff, and the league phase just missed out by 1 point, which I would have finished higher than Nice as well with my goal difference, but I lost to Shakhtar. I drew too many games, won to Dinamo Kiev at home, which is probably the reason why. Also drawn to Monaco, but I won 5, which is nice. So, yeah, not bad. Leipzig go on to win it.
I think it's 2 good seasons in Europe for us.
Yeah, I agree. Money-wise, that's definitely going to help us. And obviously, we did, unfortunately, sell our best centre-back again in January and didn't replace him. So, we're going to be struggling again. We have £10 million to spend this summer, which isn't a lot. Ioannidis got the most goals with 25. Bergeron got 18 goals and 17 assists. Very good average rate in there. So, yeah, defensively is where we need to be looking at improving. Ordonis has actually developed into what they are classing as a good Serie A player. I would not look at him and go, that's a good Serie A player. So I don't know what my coaching team is smoking, thinking that he's a 3.5-star player, only a star behind Chris Bergeron when he looks that good.
Yeah.
No idea what they're thinking, but star ratings are always broken, of course. But yeah, let's have a look and see what you've got going on, Dad. So goals-wise, 25 from Meerdink. Voileman, getting it wrong every time. 18 for him, but Namaso, what a first season he has.
Yes.
15 goals and 16 assists from Danny Namaso. That's really good.
Pleased with that, yeah.
So that's solid. And transfer budget for you got £40 million.
I'm happy with that. If I can
yeah.
get my hands on it.
So that's not too bad at all going into the summer. Of course, all to do was spinning the wheel as to whether Dan can spend it himself or is it all up to his director of football, Michael Edwards, for another summer. So I'm spinning first this time round, going into season number 11. And it's going to be one free transfer, which isn't bad considering my budget.
Yeah.
But I know the damage I can do when I've got just even a little bit of budget, finding players like Bergeron. So it's better than
picking
nothing.
a player. Yeah, I've had nothing the last 2 seasons.
It's the third best choice on the wheel. Let's spin the wheel for you then, Dad. Are you finally going to make a transfer after 2 seasons without? It's going to be one transfer of your choice. That's the best one on there. So there we go. You get to make yourself a nice little transfer. So make sure you are subscribed because that episode will be coming out very soon when Dan can finally get his hands on a transfer that he gets to decide himself rather than relying on his ever reliable director of football.